Oh,
Hello,
hey.
everybody. So, why do you love plumbing so much?
I love plumbing because I don't know. It's fun. It's easy. It's I don't know. I like it. I don't know. It's just an easy job. It's fun. It makes me happy. It's not work really when I go to work.
Well, it is Wednesday, August 13th, 2025. This is episode 102, I believe, for the BFS Live. You're our first returning guest.
Oh, first. Oh, sweet.
That's not in the BFS fam, although you're kind of in the BFS fam. If you were, then you can come on whenever you want. But you kind of set me off on this journey of social media prowess.
Cool.
And I gotta say, first of all, thanks.
Hold on. Did I influence you then?
Yeah. Whoa. That's really funny. I gotta say, I think I just broke through my plateau.
Oh, yeah?
Because my channel had all this growth. It was awesome.
Yeah.
And then it just stopped.
Oh, no.
And you told me this. And Montana Ricky, who also does social media like this, told me this, that it was just going to happen. Just keep grinding through it.
Yeah.
And believe me, I kept grinding. That's my catchphrase. And, I mean, from when I started in December till, say, April, May, I doubled my followers.
Yeah.
I had crazy inertia. I was getting 100 followers a day, every day. It was out of control.
Yeah.
And then...
Yeah. Happens to everybody.
Stopped.
Yeah.
And then, so I got to 10,000 followers, and it just stopped. And it took me all summer to just break that 10,000. And then it was like...
Then you broke free?
Yeah. And then slowly, I was like... I lost hundreds of followers over the summer.
Lost them?
Lost them, yeah. So over the summer, I gained about 1,000 followers, but I lost about 600 followers.
Huh.
So I was just trickling forward. And I was getting so frustrated. I'm like, I'm doing all this work. It doesn't seem like it's paying off, but I'm just going to keep posting. I'm going to keep posting. And then literally like 3 days ago, I don't know, I didn't post for like 4 days. It was like the longest gap that I've not posted for in a while. And then I opened my account, and it's just like, the little blue thing. I mean, all these people follow you on there. And I was like, whoa. And then in the last like 4 days, I've gotten like, I don't know, 180 followers out of nowhere.
That's it.
And then like my view ticks go way up, my engagements are way up, and it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
What happened?
That's the, I don't know, it's the way it goes. It goes like that for everybody.
Dude, no one knows.
No, I know that no one knows. No one knows until they've done it. So, I mean, if you heard it from me and you heard it from a second person, then clearly it has happened to multiple people.
Well, if I just gave up in that period of time, it would have been over.
Which is what most people do.
Yeah.
Most people do. Most people just get frustrated and they just, I'm done with this.
How many followers do you have across your platforms?
Probably 700 and something thousand.
You chasing down that 1 milli?
Not anymore. I was definitely hustling for a while, but business took over the actual running of the business, so my priorities have kind of flip-flopped. I used to be like, I don't know, I'd say I put a lot more effort into the content creating, and now I'm like, it's hard to manage both of them.
Oh, yeah, I know, dude.
When time is money and you got multiple calls per day, or, I don't know, just setting up a tripod versus like a job that could take me 2 minutes when I'm doing the content could take me, almost an hour and a half.
I was telling my friend she owns a coffee shop, and like, if you post once a week, there's almost no point of posting. No one's going to see your stuff, right?
Hold on, though. There is something to that, because I mean, I'm kind of going through that, because I have had a couple of weeks where I just didn't post anything. I believe, I don't know if this is accurate, but it has been for me, if you have a certain amount of followers, you basically already have the view counts for if you take like a week off and you have like, let's say, close to 100,000 followers, you more than likely can get at least a few thousand views on it. And if you get like, let's say, 5,000 views, that's already like a head start that most people that don't have higher following won't have. So it automatically might push you into a I don't know, a For You page situation with your videos.
Yeah.
But who knows? I mean, I've seen people that have, this is the weird thing too, I've seen people that have way more followers. I've seen people that have like 300,000 followers post a video and they're only getting like 1,000 views per video.
I've seen accounts like that where it's like they'll have 300K followers and you go to their account and all the views on everything is like 1,200, 1,500, 3,200. And like my ratio between followers and view counts are like really, really good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I have 10,000. I just hit 11,000 followers like yesterday.
Yeah.
And I average is probably between 3,600 and 6,000 views on everything I post.
That's great. That's a good average.
I know the ratio is great.
Consistency like that is great, I think. It's real, too. I mean, obviously, a guy with 300,000 followers with a low view count or girl is kind of a dead giveaway that somebody paid for some followers. So, but, sometimes your content's just shit and you don't, can I swear on here?
Whatever.
It's just garbage and you just don't get the same view counts as, you used to, but I don't know.
If you swear enough, the podcast networks flag the episode as explicit, and I don't really know what that means.
Yeah.
I've only had that happen a few times, and one of them was the Kevin Willard episode. Took about 30 seconds before that one was explicit.
Well, I mean, I know that a lot of my friends, and including my wife, will tell you I say the F word quite often, so I'm trying to refrain from that. Being blue collar world, that's just you say that constantly. So
doing all the social media videos I'm doing and having the 1-year-old at home has got me really like. It's put that mental speed bump in front of the swearing,
Yeah, I have a hard time with that still to this day.
Yeah, it's fucking
and I have an
bullshit,
11-year-old, so.
So the point I was going to make is I was going to tell my friend, she owns a coffee shop, that being able to create the content of what you're doing while doing what you're doing is a skill in it of itself.
Yeah.
Like, if you're not good at it, it takes time, like, to be able, because, I mean, maybe I'm just a psychopath or whatever. Like, every video I make, I completely see it in my head before I do it.
Yeah.
Like, I know exactly what I want to say, in what order.
There's something to that, because I do the exact same thing. Yeah. Exact same thing.
Well, I mean, I made bike videos for so long, and obviously that's a different time scale, because you're filming with your buddies for a year and a half, 2 years, all summer. And as the clips are coming together, you're slowly piecing this thing in your head together, and then when you sit down and edit it, it's like, does it fit? These videos are like, they're really straightforward. You're like, I'm doing this job.
Yeah.
And, and edit to make a 2.5 minute video, it's pretty easy, and you always have to just kind of cut it down to be more concise.
But that's what makes a good producer. I mean, if you're envisioning it and then you can film it and edit it exactly what you were envisioning, then that could make a really good video. And I mean, I don't know. It's funny that you say that, because like I do that. And you know what I actually do is I start with a song. So sometimes I'll be on Instagram, let's say, or even this happened even before I even was on Instagram. I used to make videos with my buddies, and I would post them to YouTube back before you could get flagged for copyright stuff. But I'd find a song, and then like I would think of the beat, and then I would try to think of the clips that would line up with that beat, and then I would edit accordingly to that. And the same thing goes for like with my filming my content for plumbing, like just the step by step. Like I try to match it up with whatever song that I got, and it's not necessarily like the words, the lyrics. It's like the beat. Yeah. And
well, you start to know the things that work. There's certain, especially with the videos you do, there's certain auditory elements with the tools that always lands good. You know?
And except for when you use the multi-tool, it's the most annoying sound in the world. Yeah. I have to like almost mute that and blast the music at that point.
Dude, that one, I did that. My last video, the patch video I did. That actually performed really well. Yeah. All my construction videos do really well disproportionately do well on TikTok. Yeah. And I had a guy in the comments.
Yeah. Hater?
You already know where I'm going.
He's a hater.
And he's telling me, like, oh, that's the worst way to do it. You should have done this. And I'm like, listen, bro, I've owned the skate park for almost a decade. And have you seen my skate park? It's nothing but patches. Like, there's not a fresh sheet of masonite anywhere here, right? I have tried every which way, and this is, hands down, the best way to do it. He's like, no, you could have done it with a circular saw. I'm like, you're out of your freaking mind.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, wood's wood, brother. You don't know what you're doing. The guy literally says, I've never done ramp work, but I know wood.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, get the...
Was that Zippy in the comments?
No. See, you skateboard, so you'll get it. Simply, the hole a multi-tool cuts is less than half the size of the hole their circular saw is going to cut.
Yeah.
So by default, it's going to be smoother.
Yeah.
And also, like a circular saw, you're trying to plunge cut 1/4 of an inch. Like you're going to have to use the multi-tool to get into the corners anyway. It's just silly. It's just funny. The comment section is whole. this is something you told me and Ricky told me.
Embrace your haters.
Engage with the comments. When I was in my plateau phase,
I
was talking to Ricky, I think last month, and he's like, I'm going to look at your account real quick. And he's like, you're not replying. You're not liking comments. He's like, you need to reply to everything. You need to like every comment. He's like, because that person might watch the video and he may not follow you. But if you reply with a question, he'll come back to it. And if you get him back to that same video 3 times, he's probably going to follow you. So now I'm just like, I'm replying to every comment. Like today.
Send it out and hook them.
I did I reviewed the Onondaga skate park out there in Liverpool, Syracuse. And someone said something about, well, Onondaga were the native people who lived in that area, blah, 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 something about that. Yeah, whatever. And I was like, yeah, I understand that. I was like, I know all the Finger Lakes, the Onondagas, the thumb of the Finger Lakes. I was like, how many of the Finger Lakes can you name?
Yeah,
there's 11 of them. Yeah. The guy commented back. He's like, I think I know 3. But I got him back to the video with a question. I got him back to a skate park review video with a question about, can you name the Finger Lakes?
Yeah. Hey, you keep them talking in the comments, and it's just going to boost your engagement. It's just a fact. It's just how everything works with social media.
In my best video, the why on skate parks last video, I'm at 170,000 views now.
Yeah.
And there is a long thread. It's got to be 30, 40 comments long of 2 dudes arguing about Scientology.
Those are the best. When people just start arguing with each other in your comments and they just boost your video. That's the thing that's funny. Like the people that come out and the haters, which literally the bigger that you get, the more people are going to hate on your stuff. It just happens. It happens with everybody. You could do everything perfect, but because of the way, let's say I'm saying for like any kind of construction or whatever, and plumbing in general, I could do something I've done my entire career. It's right in my area, but it's not right in another area. And because it's not right in their area, I'm like a horrible plumber.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't really understand. I don't understand how they don't get that there's different codes and everything, but at the same time, on social media, in the social media world, which, obviously that person who is making that comment is not really thinking on the level I'm thinking of, where I just want you to keep commenting. Yeah. Please keep commenting. You're just helping me. They don't realize that, you could actually hurt me more by not commenting. If you really don't like my stuff, just don't comment.
Yeah.
That would really actually do a little bit more damage, but I don't know. That's why I always say embrace your haters. I think that is, it's a good way to grow, and I know some people can't handle it, though. I could tell you that. I know some people they start getting comments, and it's like it eats at them.
Well, the funny thing for me is okay, you're a plumber. There's literally probably millions of plumbers, right?
Oh, yeah.
So, you could have reasonable doubt that maybe you aren't good at your job, right? Maybe. I'm just saying this out there. What I do, there's 12 people that do what I do. Right? And the fact that most indoor skate parks don't even last.
Yeah.
So, the skate parks that do last, most skate parks close before the ramps get deteriorated to the degree which mine are.
Yeah.
And most skate parks aren't built by just Kevin and Raphael willing to show up and build it. So we built shit wrong, but we did it. So I know as far as fixing, troubleshooting and fixing what I'm doing, I know I'm pretty fucking good at it.
Yeah.
Right? So when I get a comment all the ramp building videos I do, there are so many comments telling people I'm doing it wrong, and it doesn't bother me at all.
Yeah.
Because also, I'm not a fucking carpenter. I guess I built a skate park.
Yeah.
I built this room we're in right now.
Which is amazing.
I can make it work, but I would never say I'm a carpenter.
No.
I always forget that, I guess I'm a carpenter. I would say I'm a photographer, a videographer. I'd say I'm a business owner, a bike mechanic. There's a lot of things I'd say I was. I would never think to list carpenter as one of the things I do.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you're definitely a jack of all trades for sure. I mean, dude, this whole studio, we were just talking about it. I can't believe you set this thing up. This is wild.
Dude, I'm just DIY to... I had Gino in here.
I love Gino. And, shout out to Gino. That dude's awesome.
Did you listen to that podcast?
I did. Yeah. I did. Yeah. Gino's a great reporter, by the way, which when I met Gino was at the pub crawl.
Okay.
And we were drinking. And when you're drinking, most of us... And this is a weird thing now I think about it. We don't... Work does not come up at the pub crawl. Nobody asks what you do. You know, nobody talks about shit outside of skating and just having fun.
Yeah.
Which, if you haven't gone to pub crawl, you should look into it. It's a great time. But I met Gino.
Let people know exactly what you're talking about with the pub crawl. Okay. Hold the Gino thought.
Okay.
And just tell us what the pub crawl is.
So the pub crawl is basically just a bunch of old guys that got together because of another guy, Aaron. I call him Zoomies Aaron because it's not Credco Aaron, it's Zoomies Aaron. He started it, and I'm sure we can link his info. But you could, if you want to really follow along on social media, just look up Skateboard Pub Crawl. On Instagram, we have a whole channel for it.
Well,
but basically,
you didn't start it.
Well, I didn't start it. No.
Oh wow.
No. I came in. I think maybe year 4, and wow. I think this year was it year 10 this year? I think. No, I came in late. I was invited, and I was invited to this. Basically, it was a group of guys. It was probably like 10 guys who got together for Aaron's birthday. And his birthday, he would just go from bar to bar and have a good time, drink and skate. Basically, it's what at that time, 10 years ago. I mean, that was like really what a lot of us were doing. Obviously, now we just have a lot of we work a little bit more, and we can't do that every day. But that was the one day out of the year that we would all come together and literally clear our schedules, and that's what we were doing. We'd skate and drink and talk about skating and just having a good time and laughing and smiling. We meet a million people that you didn't know before. But every year it gets bigger and bigger. We did 1 year in the city, but every other year has been down in Charlotte. Start at Noonan's. We go down this path that goes along the river there. There's like a hill that we go up to, and sometimes they call it Dead Man's Corner. But it's a steep hill, and some people will bomb it, and they've gotten pretty messed up. So there's a lot of good footage of people, getting some head injuries and stuff. And then from there, we go across this wooden bridge still on the path. And we go to your event that you sponsor, which is our longest ollie contest, and which you sponsor this year. By the way, thank you very much.
The kicker ramp, I built, yeah.
To see who can launch off it or do the best trick or whatever. Then from there, we keep going down the hill to I think it was Whiskey River.
Yep, Charlotte.
Then we go to oh my gosh, I can't think of the name of that place. It's right on the water.
Right on the pier there.
No,
the California Rolling or whatever.
It's before that. No, it's before that.
Before that.
Oh, Pelican's Nest. That's it.
Oh, okay. Yep. That's
they hate us there.
The Cougar Bar.
Yeah, they hate us there, dude. Every year there's something. And this year there was 2 guys that were drunk as hell, and they weren't mad at each other, but they were just fighting each other and like
for fun.
Yeah, and they didn't like it there. They don't take too kindly to our wildness. But
yeah.
So we moved on. We kept going. Went out to the pier. This year was also a sentimental year because this is the first year we didn't have Jordan with us. So we did a spread of Jordan's ashes.
I saw that. It choked me up a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. All of us, we were all a little bit choked up. Normally we'd do a contest there, but I think we focused on that this year a little bit more than everything else. But then from there, most people quit at that point. This at the end of the pier. That was like the whole pub crawl because by that time, I mean, you've hit up enough bars where you drank enough, and it's probably not the safest to keep going on a skateboard, or some people are on bikes and blades and stuff. But
for listeners, for context, the pier is probably at least a quarter of a mile long concrete pier that goes out to Lake Ontario.
Yeah, that sobers you up though on the way out there. I'll tell you, we're all
and there's no there's railing, but there's not anything to stop a skateboard from rolling off the pier.
No one's lost their board yet. Yeah. I even had a clip of Jordan. Did I ever show you that? The clip of him. I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 years ago. Jordan was the type of guy I could egg him on very easily to do whatever I say, including that Jordan gap I told you about one last time. But I had him at the end of the pier, and we got out there and we're all hyped because this was near the end of the pub crawl, and I said, Jordan, you won't flip your board over that railing blindfolded. So I have a video of it. We could put it up later, but he took his board out over the railing, held it over top of the water, put his hand up like this, and flipped it and caught it. Then almost dropped it, caught it though, first try. It was great. It was a great clip of him, but that was a good night. It was a good day. But anyways, it's everybody's invited, and most of the people that I see on there, I've never met in real life ever. Until that day, and we all just kind of hang out, skate, talk good things. We don't talk about work, like I said.
No work, no politics.
No politics at all.
So why do you?
Yeah, no politics at all. We don't talk about that. But yeah, it's just a good time, man. It's a good time, and it's always cool because every year there's some new person that comes by, and then that person may tell another person, and the next year they want to come, and It just gets bigger and bigger every year.
Is it always in the same weekend or roughly the same time?
No, me and Aaron kind of go back and forth on what weekends work best for us. So sometimes it's in June and sometimes it's in July.
Okay.
But follow Skateboard Pub Crawl on Instagram.
You are just at Skateboard Pub Crawl. You're the only. You got that.
Yeah,
handle.
somehow.
That's crazy.
I mean, nobody else does it. I guess.
Yeah.
So
yeah, it is a annual Skateboard Pub Crawl, exactly as it sounds, up by Lake Ontario in North Rochester every year
for Aaron's birthday. This is how it started.
Aaron's birthday.
He started it. Pretty freaking cool birthday, I'd have to say. Nobody else does.
Yeah, I mean, I've been to a bunch of them.
Skateboard
It
pub
gets
crawl.
tough with the running a business and everything, but
yeah, for sure.
it's always a good time watching people bomb down that hill.
For sure. Well, what I was saying though is I met Gino there.
Okay, yeah, back to Gino.
And I didn't know what Gino did. I didn't know he was a reporter. Maybe he wasn't back then, but I had no freaking clue. I just knew Gino was really good at chugging beers back then. And he was an awesome guy. He always had great conversations, He was just a good dude. But then I found out, I was, this was maybe 2 years ago, I think I was skating down at the skate park downtown, and I had talked to somebody who said that he did like a report on it, and I looked it up and read it. I'm like, dude, Gino wrote this? This is great, man. And I just started, following some of the other stuff that he writes, and he does great reporting. So shout out to Gino.
Yes,
he's a great dude and great reporter for sure.
It's awesome because he's right there reporting on Rochester City Hall.
Yeah,
and he's right in there.
Yeah,
and he is. I think it was fairly apparent. He's left leaning.
Yeah,
but he's left leaning in a way that he is watching closely what the left-leaning politicians are doing.
Yeah,
many people, whether it be right or left-leaning, they're always watching the other side, right? Like, oh, look what they did. But he,
but I think that's a good reporter, though.
And I don't think he's very left-leaning, center-left or whatever. I don't need to get into politics, but he's reporting on the politicians that he likes and being like, what was that?
Yeah,
with what's her name? God, we talked about her before. She was running for mayor, the orange-haired woman. Mary Lupin.
Oh, I don't know her.
She didn't show up to the meeting.
She didn't?
I guess the city legislators. This was literally the story Gino put out the day after he was on my show.
Yeah.
The city legislators meet once a month.
Yeah.
To do their job.
Yeah.
And 4 of the 16 people didn't show up.
Oh. And
they need a super majority for any vote to pass. And they're like,
isn't that Rochester though?
Yeah. And then they're like, she posts this response video. I was on vacation. I was visiting my daughter in Guatemala.
Oh my God.
And she's like, well, maybe we shouldn't do a meeting in July because people go on vacation.
Oh my gosh.
It's one day a month. See, this is why this is why I aspire to run for mayor or get into local politics, because these goddamn people, they're getting paid. And to Gino's credit, he's like, hey, these people meet. Their job is to vote on laws once a month. They get paid $35,000 to $42,000 a year. Don't quote me, or something like that. And they didn't show up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And here's their bullshit excuses. They were planning for this festival, so you couldn't come to the one meeting you needed to do, and the things that they were voting on was the budget item to replace all the lead pipes in the city.
Yeah.
There was a budget item to, I guess they were repurposing something that was previously a safe drug use site into tiny home affordable housing for homeless.
What?
So there were 3 big budget items that are very much of the socially liberal left of center things.
Yeah.
And he's out there going, well, here's these politicians that claim they care about it, but they didn't show up to vote for it.
That is weird.
That's great reporting.
It is good reporting. He just writes good stuff too.
That's
another thing too. He's great at reporting and actually writing what he's reporting on too. I don't know. I enjoy reading it. All of his reporting.
It was a great episode for me with him. He interviews people for a living.
Yeah.
So he just understands conversation and questioning. Yeah. So conversation flowed so well. Yeah. It was just great.
Dude, he had me tripping out though. I know I commented a couple times when he had a couple good dragon pulls of that vape, dude.
Oh.
He was puffing hard on that thing.
No, it's funny. I don't smoke.
Yeah.
I never smoked. I never vaped. This is not me.
Yeah.
And you are not the only person who mentioned his like vape pulls. And I was like, what does that even mean? Like I just saw him hitting his vape. I don't know the difference between a puff on your vape and a.
He had a long vape pull for sure, but that's an experienced vapor right there. Yeah.
I don't vape.
I think the last time I vaped was I was at. I've never had a vape. I've hit it a couple times, but I was at my wife's cousin's birthday party, and he just failed to tell me that he had just quit smoking, and that this was his way of quitting. So he had a high nicotine level in the vape, and I grabbed it and I hit it once, and dude, my eyes just like went black, and I just like sat there. I'm like, oh my god, this is not for me, dude. Not for me. But it was a good experience because it never made me want to do that stuff. Nasty. Vaping's not good for you. Don't vape. I think you get that popcorn lung from that, I hear. Not good for you.
Yeah, I don't know. I never did. I never smoked. Contrary to people in the comments sections, I own a skate park and have long hair, but no, I'm not a pothead. Can I tell you my favorite comment so far in all my videos?
Yeah,
someone called me Skate Park Karen.
Why? What?
Because one of my reviews where I was giving.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's fitting. Like, that's fitting.
Yeah, one of the harsh
Definitely
ones of those two terrible skate parks in Ohio I went to.
Yeah.
Skate Park Karen. I'm like, dude.
That's hilarious.
That's good. It's better than Orange for sure.
Skate Park Karen. I like that. Man, maybe you should make an Instagram account called Skate Park Karen.
I should do 2 reviews.
Yeah.
It's like my normal review, and then like it's just an over the top.
Dude.
This isn't safe.
I think that would do really well. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I like those skate park reviews. Which, by the way, I'm shocked that you get to go to like all these freaking places.
So
you go to a lot.
Okay, so one of my side jobs is I maintain a bike share company. I drive all over the state.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So once a month, I go to Syracuse. Actually, don't really go to Syracuse. I go to Camillus, Clay, Baldwinsville, Liverpool, and then up to Watertown, and then home. And then once a month, I go to Buffalo, and I do locations in Tonawanda, Hamburg, and Orchard Park.
Yeah.
So I just like hit one up each.
Yeah. Did you go to that oh wait, it's not Tonawanda. It's the one right off the thruway before you get to Buffalo. What's that one?
Oh, that's
Keeshaw.
Lancaster.
Keeshaw?
It's in Lancaster.
Oh, Lancaster.
Yeah, I haven't been there yet.
Yeah, you haven't been to that one.
No, I've obviously ridden there. I haven't.
Yeah, but never.
You
didn't carrying it up.
Yeah, I didn't carry it up yet. And then I went to Cleveland a month or so ago to see a band, and the band was Blood Incantation, and it was absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
But on the drive there, we hit multiple parks.
Did you go to that one right in the city of Cleveland?
No, I've been there before.
Right on kind of under the bridge, I think it is.
Yeah,
I like that one.
2 rivers, 3 rivers.
It's always dead when I went there.
And it's always funny when I look on the maps. I'm like, do I want to go to the really good ones or the really bad ones? I try to mix it up between good and bad.
Yeah.
And then on the way home, I was going to go to the Dunkirk skate park.
Yeah.
But then we kind of last minute decided, because we left the hotel pretty early, we had a lot of time, we went to Jamestown and Ellicville. Yeah. So I haven't posted my Jamestown review yet.
I want to go to Jamestown really bad. That place looks amazing. No? Uh-oh. You carrying that one up too? Oh, man.
It's not good.
Whoa, really?
No.
What's not good about it, though? I heard the bowl is pretty wild.
It's terrible.
Isn't it steep, though?
Okay, so there's some, like, really, like, what the...
Well, are we talking about the same Jamestown? Are you talking about the outdoor one, or are you talking about the other one?
The outdoor one.
Okay.
We went to the indoor park, but they weren't open yet, and we heard people skating, and we were like, hey,
Yeah.
They didn't hear us.
They didn't let you in?
I guess they didn't hear us. I don't know.
What the hell?
We went to the outdoor park there.
Those guys are really cool, though, by the way.
That's what I hear.
Yeah.
I've heard nothing but good things. So, yeah, the outdoor Jamestown Park has some, like, really ridiculous design flaws, in my opinion, that are like, how did this get passed?
Yeah.
Like, why
well, who built it?
I don't know who built it. I don't think it's not about the build quality. It's about,
I think it is.
It's the design.
I think the design, has partial to do with it if it doesn't flow right. But I mean, if they give it to some contractor that doesn't ever really pour concrete parks, which I've heard some of these, like, what was that one out there in Brockport? That one has some crazy flaws. Like the bowl fills up with water.
They had to come back and fix it.
Yeah.
The Parrington skate park, the concrete work's terrible. Absolutely terrible.
Not a fan of Parrington.
Well,
it's great,
so
great for my little kid, my son, but
we'll go.
that's about it.
Yes. we'll go back to Jamestown in a second.
Okay.
The Parrington skate park is weird and funky, and the design is not good.
Yeah.
If the build quality is also probably the worst build quality I've seen of any skate park built.
Really?
Modern.
Is it bumpy concrete or what?
Very bumpy. I'm saying Parrington. I'm saying.
You skated it or did you bike it?
Both.
You did. Okay.
I mean, if you can feel the bumps on a bike, it's going to be bad on a skateboard.
Yeah.
Now, if Parrington, if the design was much better, I think people give the build quality a pass. The bumpiness kind of like, all right, yeah, it's bumpy, but like the flow is great.
Yeah.
Parrington's like, the flow sucks. The dimensions are weird. Everything, it just doesn't have a cohesive feel. This is too big. That's too tall. This is too close. This isn't lined up. So then you're even more critical of the build quality because it already sucks, right?
Yeah.
To where other parks, like, I don't.
Did you review Greece yet?
Not yet. I don't want to upset anyone.
You'd better not, dude. That park is amazing. That park
not.
is great. Oh my god. All right, I don't know. You really are a skate park Karen, dude. If you go and crap on Greece, dude, I love that park.
I gotta go to Greece a few more times before I'm officially gonna make my opinion. But right now, I actually like Parrington better.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah, but I
you just
I
like
have
those
to go.
Bumps, man.
What yeah, I like the bumps.
You just like the bumps.
I'll go back. I've only been to Greece once.
Wait, hold on. Let me stop you though. You know, the world famous Bam Margera.
Dude, don't get me started on Bam.
So
Bam went everywhere
he rated
but
at the
here.
top 3 parks, one of the top 3 parks in America.
First of all, he said top 5 parks in New York
top 5,
State.
okay.
And
I misspoke.
My knee-jerk reaction to that was like, that's ridiculous. There's no way that's true. But then I stopped and thought about it, and it's true. I can criticize Greece for a lot of reasons, but it is absolutely a top 5 park in New York State.
Yeah, yeah.
Because New York State really doesn't have any great skate parks.
Yeah.
Like, list it.
We have a lot of old skate parks, old concrete ones that, really suck. That one in
really
Ithaca
good.
Before they put the addition on it. Even the addition I don't really like, but
exactly.
the old one, that is a weird layout, man.
Again, there's reasons why I don't like. There's things about the design at Greece I don't like, but also, is anything in Buffalo better than Greece? Maybe LaSalle, and I don't think anything else comes close.
Did LaSalle get the 3rd edition yet? I haven't been to the 3rd
I haven't been there since they put it in, but I like the Hamburg Park a lot, but it's so small, it's not in the same conversation as the Greece skate park.
Yeah.
And Syracuse, I mean, they don't have anything good in Syracuse, and Albany doesn't really have anything good. And so, like, Greece might be the best skate park in New York State.
I think it is.
Just because there's not...
I'm going to be really mad if you give a bad review on it. I'm going to be really mad about that. I love that park. I really do. I feel like I critique parks a little bit more harsh than most people. Like, I talk to some people and they love that Parrington Park. I hate it. I personally, it's not for me. It's not necessarily saying it's a bad park for all. It's just not a good park for me personally. But I have a weird particular style where I don't like to take my foot off the board. I want to just be going back and forth, which you can't do on that. You can't do that on that park. And you can't even get fast. Not only you can't because to me, like, it doesn't, like, one side seems to be higher than the other with the quarter pipes, which is very weird. But also, it's literally like you're dodging children, very small children, not like 11-year-olds. You're dodging like 4 and 5-year-olds, like every time of the day. It seems like there.
Yeah.
Which makes it tough.
Well,
which I'm happy for, by the way. Hold on, let me step back. I don't want to get the wrong impression of it. I think it's a great beginner park, and I think that's what that park was designed for, is for beginners.
Yes.
And I think that's where we should stay out. I think the people that have been skating a little longer, biking a little bit longer, I think they should be going to other places. That place should be for beginners.
I aspire to create a skate park. I don't know if you call it a consulting company, something like that, some skate park resource. And it was going to be something I was going to do alongside of this, but now I'm pretty certain I got about 1.5 years, 2 years left here, and I'm done with this place, and that's a different conversation. But I'm going to build my channels up to continue to try to push action sports, to try to be a centralized hub for action sports in general from the perspective of everybody, not from just like the core.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And part of the skate park reviews that is like laying the seed for that. Right. I don't review the videos based on how I feel.
Yeah.
Like how I feel about these parks versus how I review it are two entirely different things.
Yeah.
I'm reviewing the skate parks from the perspective of someone who's like rode my whole life and own a skate park.
Okay.
Like just I look at the demographics and then say, is this serving the demographics, right?
Yeah.
So like things about like how so many users are beginners, are intermediates, and like
Right.
one of those factors is there's probably some sort of ratio between population density and size of skate park.
Yeah.
And the Parrington problem, the PP,
Yeah.
is that it's probably just too small
Yeah.
for how many people come. And
Yeah, that
maybe
is.
they
I don't think they realize how many people.
yeah, maybe they
come.
underestimated that. Maybe I don't know, but there probably should be like these skate park design companies should probably come in and be like, yeah, I know you have a budget.
Mm-hmm.
But you're within this. They should collect the data and say, when we build these parks, within this, within 5 miles we get this sort of draw. Within 10 miles we get this draw. Within 50 miles we get this draw. And based on the percentage of people that ride and percent on your population density areas, if you build a park, you could expect X amount of users. And if you're expecting X amount of users, you should do about X amount of square feet, or you're going to have user conflict.
Yeah.
And that's probably what happened at Parrington, is that there's just too many people, not enough skate parks, and not enough square footage.
Do you think that they could add on to that park though and make it a little better?
Certainly could fill in space between the pump track. I mean, there's certainly room. Dude, it's so funny. Skate parks are my whole fucking life. Skate parks are so fucking cool. Skate parks don't need a diamond for a baseball field. They don't need 300 by whatever a football field is. Skate parks can go literally anywhere. You could have a weird triangle with an L in the corner of a park, and it's like, we can build a skate park there.
Yeah, where's that one? I think you reviewed it where it looks...
That's Hamburg.
Okay, yeah, like that I haven't ridden that one yet, but it looks cool. It looks cool design.
The concrete work there is phenomenal.
Really?
It is like rolling on glass. It is so freaking smooth.
Why? What is it about that, though? That
I don't know. I don't know anything about concrete work.
I just... You know what I hate is when I go ride a park and I am skating up, let's say, a pyramid, and right when I get to the top... where you think it would be like a nice point or something, or a nice angle, there'd be a bump like right here. So like my front wheels will dip down just slightly, and it would. I mean, I'm OCD, and it would throw me off.
You don't feel that on the quarter pipes at Greece?
No, not at all. The only thing I don't like about the Grease Park, I do not like how far the coping sticks out on that one side.
Well, when
you come in the quarter pipe to the right.
Yeah, that quarter pipe. If you look at it, the concrete right before the coping looks like it sunk in.
Did it?
Like
I believe it. I mean, it definitely.
I don't think
comes
the
out.
concrete sticks out. I think I don't think the
in.
coping sticks out. I think the concrete sticks in. Because on a bike, like when you air that quarter,
you really bonk.
Parrington's exactly like this. The little half pipe in Parrington, you go up the ramp, and then at the last little 6 inches of the transition, it goes. And you just don't get the pop you expect.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I don't know anything about concrete work. It could be something where once it gets that steep, it really wants to settle.
Yeah.
And it could be a mix issue. I don't know. I hope one day I'm sure I'm going to get some concrete people on this podcast to get into the nitty gritty about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, the mini ramp at Greece and the mini ramp at Parrington and that main quarter in the street section of Greece had that same feel.
You know who you need to have on here?
Who?
Anthony Ferrari.
Yeah.
He is, I mean, the dude's building skate parks right now. That's his life. We need to ask that question to him.
I don't know if he'd come on.
Oh, he'd come on here.
Yeah.
We'll get him on here. He's a good dude.
I get the vibe that he's not fond of me.
Oh, please. He's a good dude. He's fond of everybody. What do you mean? I've never seen that guy mad at anybody. Nah, we'll see. We'll talk about him later.
I have a couple of friends that are traveling the country building ramps, so there's a lot.
We got to ask those people.
It looks sick when they got the guns squirting the concrete.
Yeah.
It's like Ghostbusters, but concrete, yeah.
I don't think I could do that, though, all day, man. On my hands and knees, just smoothing concrete. Oh, my gosh. That's got to be tough.
When they were pouring at Greece, the guys that built that park came here on a Sunday morning.
Okay.
And they had been to Parrington the day before.
Yeah.
And so they were telling me about the concrete work at Parrington.
Who, Cam?
What?
Cam?
I don't remember the guy's name.
Wasn't Cameron on that one?
Jaeger?
Yeah, I thought you had parts in that.
I mean, these were the guys that were literally doing the concrete work.
Yeah, I thought Cam had part in that. No, maybe I'm
I
wrong.
mean, he was like, I think
I know
was
he did
the
a lot
main
with the designing and stuff.
Yeah, I think
right?
he was like the main driving force behind it.
Yeah.
These were like 2 or 3 dudes from, I don't know where they're from. I was talking to them. They said they basically like 9 months of the year, 10 months of the year, 12, something like basically the majority of the year, they are just on the road building skate parks every single day. And what they told me about the Parrington skate park is they said...
Did they build that one?
No, they just looked at it.
Oh, okay.
They went and skated it. They told me it looked like they either subcontracted it out or they were trying to, quote, get out of town really quick.
Really?
I mean, you could see all the troweling marks at Parrington Skate Park.
I mean, let's think about it. Like, okay, so skaters, a few skaters will always have a part in, like, bringing the attention to building the skate park, the town. But then don't they just hand that over to the town to take care of the rest, like as far as building it and everything? Or do those guys actually show up on site and, project manage all that stuff? I mean, or do quality control to make sure that everything's good?
Yeah.
I mean, because by that time, by the time that the concrete cures, the town just looks at it and goes, oh, good skate park. I mean, most of those people, they don't skate. I mean, they don't know. Yeah. Money's already been paid. Yeah, get out of town's probably right.
Yeah.
Especially if they do something wrong. But I'm curious to know what
I've heard is that the ramp companies will do all the transition stuff, and then they'll subcontract out a local guy to do all the flats.
Oh.
But also,
I guess
clearly at Parrington in the bowl, it's really obvious, and on many of the banks, you could just see the troweling marks. So, again, maybe there's a solution. Maybe there's an answer like it cured too fast, or it wasn't enough water, so it didn't self-level. I don't know.
Parrington Bowl?
Parrington. Yeah, I think it's bumpy, dude.
Yeah, I've only dropped in and almost ate poop on it.
I mean, it's not the design isn't great of it either, and it's bumpy.
Yeah.
Again, if the bowl was sick, if the shape was better and it was fun and usable, I think you'd be like, yeah, it's bumpy, but it's fun.
Yeah.
But now it's like, no, it's tight and weird, and you can't really ride it, and it's bumpy.
The Grease Skate Park has that bowl. It's not for me. I wish I could ride it.
Yeah,
but it looks amazing for people who like bowls. It looks very steep, and Cameron rips it. But you know who I saw there was Jordan Nagel.
Yeah,
that dude, he was ripping that freaking bowl.
Sure he was. He's so fucking good.
He's really good. He's one of those guys I love watching skate. He always pulls out something. I'm like, when did he start doing that? Like, really?
He's definitely one of the most entertaining skaters to watch in Rochester, hands down. Not even close.
He does a lot of big stuff.
Well, it seems to me like these modern parks, the vibe I get is that there's like, an intern or just some dude, and like his job is to just design these parks, and there's only a few skate park companies, and the demand for skate parks now is actually relatively high.
Yeah.
So they're probably just like banging these things out on a computer program. And I actually had a comment on YouTube, a really long thread of someone saying exactly this, that they just design these things in CAD and they don't really spend enough time thinking about, getting into the nitty gritty of what matters. And then they just send out the design and whatever group of people you have, the board or whatever it is to approve a design, like you see something on paper, like everything looks great on paper.
Yeah. Is like the budget and the cost of skate parks, is that like public knowledge? Is there a way to find out?
Oh, for sure. You can FOIA all that, yeah.
So I'm just having a little bit of a content idea. Like, what's the chances that you could figure out the budget for these parks that you're reviewing and saying, like, is this park worth this amount? I'm curious about
definitely possible.
I think that would be a cool idea.
This is the thing that irks me. So as a business person, they kind of irk me because like they all like are. It seems like so many modern parks are not the sum of all of their parts, right?
Okay.
You see all the features and they look great, and then you put them all together and it's not as great as you feel like it would be, right?
Yeah.
And I think a lot of that is in just like really subtle nuance in the design work and how you try to make things flow or whatever. These projects get funded.
Yeah.
The towns are going to pay for it. The companies come in and go, it's this much money to design it, this much money for the whatever it may be, the renderings and whatnot. So they probably have a pretty strong incentive to design a new park in every town they go to, because then they get to pay their designer to design them a new park from scratch.
Right.
If you wanted to streamline the process, you totally could have a template that works, right? And you could be like, okay, we built this skate park. It's in, whatever, Grand Rapids, Michigan. If you really want to check it out, you can fly your crew out there, check it out, and we can sub out this for that or this for that. It could be, a kidney bowl or this bowl. It could be an A-frame or a pyramid. We know this works for this population density. It works for this user group. It works. We have the plans, and we could swap out these few things.
Yeah,
that seems like it would be a much more affordable way to do it.
More efficient way, you think, too? Because
but the towns, they go into it, and the companies come in and say, "Oh, it's this much money to design your park," and they go, "Okay, well, we'll put it in the budget, and we'll find the money," and then everyone gets paid, and it goes along, and they design these parks that are unique and cool, and then you go ride it, like I did yesterday at Lockport, and the park is not nearly as good as it looks.
Yeah, who designed that one? Was it that Stantec or whatever it was?
No, Stantec is a local company, and
then they did the downtown one, right?
Yeah, my understanding is when basically what happens is a local company has to partner with a skate park company together to bid.
Okay.
Because I think usually the rules are someone local has to bid on projects, but obviously each skate park company is not local.
Yeah, right.
So they'll have a partnership with someone. At least in my experience on the Rock City board, that's how it went down.
Okay.
Stantec partnered with New Line to do the design.
They had that other dude. Who was that other guy from California that came out?
Canton,
yeah.
I think he lives in Buffalo.
Oh, he does?
Wasn't
he an ex-pro or something?
That's what everyone says. Yeah, I guess he's a pro skateboarder. He works for New Line. He also works for the Skate Park Project, formerly the Tony Hawk Foundation.
Yeah.
And he co-hosted their podcast they had for a while.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think that somebody had told me what that cost to have them design it at one point, and I was a little bit confused by how it could possibly cost that much at that time. But
again,
I know what you mean. If you had a cookie cutter, idea, and say, we could just mix and match this up, and this would work a little bit better for you'd probably save some money on it for sure. You're probably right about that.
Well, to speak to my previous point, in some instances, if you have a weird shape to work with or a weird topography, you're kind of forced to design it. But if Town of Parrington goes, "Hey, we got this 8,000 square foot square."
Yeah. Boring.
You're like, "Oh, cool. We've designed 30 skate parks that are about 8,000 square feet.
Here's what we did.
Do you want to look through them?"
Yeah. Makes sense.
But that's not the way local government works. Local government is like, "Oh, you're going to bid. Here's the design money." It's even worse for big government when you work in a city like Rochester. Now you have to have feasibility studies, environmental studies. The Rochester skate park's under the bridge, which is state DOT.
Yeah.
So everything with the Rock City skate park had to go from Rochester to the state, gets approved, back
slows everything down.
Oh, yeah. And I just reached out to Alan to see if he'd come on again to do one episode about the history of how we got the Rochester skate park on.
That'd be really cool to hear.
Although I would really like to have him and Jim Madison on together to do it, which would be good. But we'll see.
Yeah, that would be a good one, man. You should do that. It's always just good to document that. I mean, dude, that's a crazy story because, I mean, even when I was heavily into skating when I was younger, I still remember that little jar at the Crudco counter, for donations for the skate park. And this was years ago, man.
Yeah.
And we were rooting, we were hoping so bad, and then now it's like, hey, now I'm a dad, and my kids are gonna get to enjoy it, but
and you're not.
It's like, I do, but it's not like what I would have been back then.
Well, what skateboarders, what action sports people don't understand is those donations don't do anything.
Yeah, well,
they
start the idea.
All they do is they give bargaining chips to whatever group of people are advocating for the park, that then they can take that to the local politician.
Yeah.
And then you have to convince that local politician that it's a worthy cause, whether they care about it or whether they think it's going to garner votes. And then they can go to local government and advocate for your cause.
Ain't wrong about that.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? Like, you are never, ever going to crowdfund a skate park.
Yeah.
There's, if it was cheap enough to build it in your, podunk town nowhere, then there's not enough people to raise that money, right?
Right.
If you're in a place where there's enough people to raise that money, it's going to be more expensive because of the red tape.
Yeah.
So it's really just like a bargaining chip to advocate for your position.
Yeah.
Because if you can't get local politicians to care, It will literally never happen. It doesn't matter how much the community cares, how much money you raise, how many people come to your jam. If you can't get local politicians on board or key stakeholders within Parks Department or whatever, it will literally never happen.
Well, how do we get one of these, Malik, I guess, on board with turning some lights on down there at the park? It's crazy that Cobbs Hill tennis courts are on until, midnight? But the skate park can't be on past 10?
Well, maybe...
what's that all about,
Maybe all the skateboarders should go to the tennis courts every single night.
Yeah, just skate. Well, they used to.
Repeatedly.
Yeah, in the middle of when they're playing games, too. Yeah. I never understood that. That kind of bugs me.
The same thing happened when I grew up in Central Jersey, Sayreville Skate Park. The lights... they used to have lights at the skate park, and then one year they just stopped. They're like, we're not doing it anymore.
Yeah.
And like over there is the tennis courts with lights on, and here's the skate. No one playing tennis. There'd be like a dozen tennis courts. No one's playing. Over here, there's 20 people at the skate park riding with the lights off.
Right.
Ridiculous. You
ever been to that one? Is it? Maybe I'm wrong about this. Is it? I thought it was in Kentucky. It's like 24 hours that skate park's open.
The Louisville Park?
Oh, maybe it's that one. Yeah, it's huge, isn't it?
Didn't that park? They like lost a third of it to like a construction project. Where
I have no idea.
I've
never been there. I just remember seeing it when I was like younger. Like it was huge. I always wanted to go to it, and it was sick as I heard it was open 24/7. Like I thought that would be awesome to just skate all night long at that place.
I think my friends went there, and I remember they had I don't know if there was a vert ramp or just like a really big half pipe. And they sent me pictures.
Have a big circle there.
Yeah,
full pipe.
Picture,
I guess,
they
right?
set up a tent right in the skate park.
That'd
and,
be dope.
Slept there, dude.
Man, that'd be a dream. Yeah,
so
that'd be a good
epic.
time. Well, yeah, skate parks, man. I'm hoping that they build the next edition here to the downtown one and make it nice.
Dude, I know that supposed to start it in the winter, and now they're saying they're starting it in the summer. And tell you what, the summer,
postponed, huh?
Well, Gino did that article.
I didn't read the whole thing. No, really? They're going to postpone it, huh?
So being on the board, they told us on the board that it was going to start this past winter and be open by summer.
That's what I was thinking it was.
And then it never happened. And then Gino did the article, and according to the city, now they're supposed to start late summer, and it's pretty late summer right now.
Do they have the funding still set aside, or is it?
The money's there. My understanding is the money's always been there. It's just a matter of like getting the pieces together to get it going.
Did that come from the Rock the Riverway?
I am not sure about where the funding for the second phase has been. But it was supposed to originally be 3 phases, and now it's going to be both are happening in just the second phase.
Did you see that ugly sitting area they did on the other side of the library that cost like $3 million?
Yeah, at the Promenade or whatever.
How many people are sitting there right now?
None. Well, that's because it sounded good on paper.
That's the biggest waste of money, I think, personally. But hey, that was crazy. Add that to the park where people could actually use it.
Once you get involved in like local politics and you see how absolutely insane all of it is and how dumb it is, it's one of the most frustrating things I've ever experienced in my life.
Yeah.
We're involved. I'm involved in the mountain bike scene, right? All these towns have things like they'll have like a parks master plan, right? They'll have things like a transportation master plan.
Yep.
And they're these like kind of over the next 10 years or 20 years or 5 years, we want to do this, this, and this. And when we've wanted to advocate for more trails, the politicians will be like, the master plan goes out till 2030 and it's not on it, and we're not going to update the master plan until 2030, so we can have a conversation in 2030 about adding shared use trails to the master plan. And you're like, that's kind of bullshit.
Takes too long.
Then all of a sudden it's like, new dog park at Ellison Park.
Yeah, right. I know, it pops up.
Scott Mackay, who's been on the show, shout out Scott, he goes in, he starts digging through like town documents, watching videos from town board meetings and stuff, and he's like, weird, there's nothing in the park's master plan about a dog park here. It never existed. But then all of a sudden, like the idea popped up. Somehow the funding got there, and they just built it.
Really?
So it's like they'll tell you, no, we can't do this, and we can't build trails, and we can't build a skate park because of this, and that, and all this other stuff happening. But then something else happens, and they want it, and maybe someone donated the right amount of money or something, or someone who knows someone in local politics does it, and all of a sudden now there's a splash park and a dog park there or whatever that didn't exist.
Bro.
And it's like...
Gino needs to get on that. He needs to figure out what's going on.
Well, Gino, when he was on the show, after the show was over, I was talking to him about, there was this Irondequoit Bay trail user study. And I had Rob Sliker, the previous president of Grok, on the podcast before.
What's that? What's around?
Grok is Genesee Regional Off-Road Cyclist.
Okay.
They're a division of IMBA, the International Mountain Bike Association.
Oh, okay.
I'm a board member.
All right.
And we advocate for trails, and we steward the parks we can ride in this area. And, yeah. So Rob was the president at the time the trail user study happened. And that came about because Scott and Rob went together through all these transportation plans and Brighton and around Equate, and everyone talked about trails and blah, blah, and he put it all together, and he got an appointment in front of the Monroe County Democratic Caucus.
Yeah.
Gave a presentation, and in his presentation, he just showed all the politicians, here's all of your documentation that says you want all these trails and this connectivity. Let's make it happen.
Yeah.
And then that shook some cobwebs loose, and then the county brought in a design firm to do this trail user study.
Yeah.
And that involved surveys, an interactive map where people can select, oh, I'd like a trail here, or we should put public bathrooms here, or whatever. Stuff like that. There was a kickoff for it. After it was over, they did this meeting. It was all at Abraham Lincoln Park at the Lodge. Here's the preliminary results. There was this, there was, like 1,300 surveys were done, and blah, blah, blah. And, we'll have more results. And from those results, they're supposed to give suggestions about, adding more trails or connecting these parks, blah, 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 blah. Nothing has happened. Literally nothing has happened. So I told Gino about that, and he's like, well, that's pretty interesting. Like why would, this would be county, so this is under Adam Bellow's administration. He's like, why would they do all that and then just never put out the results?
Yeah, that's weird.
He said he was going to look into it.
Yeah.
And Scott, Scott's the president of Grok, and like this is kind of he's 2-year term.
Yeah.
This is a huge thing happening for shared use trails in the county, and like kind of like his his job as president of this nonprofit organization is going to really be judged on what happens with this study and if we and how we handle the new trails if we get new trails.
Yeah.
And instead, it's just like the public did the surveys, the public put in the input, the county paid for the design company to crunch the numbers and come up with something, and yet
nothing
has happened.
No results. That's weird. I mean, it seems like Rochester is very into the biking scene too.
Well, Reconnect Rochester's doing a lot for that.
Yeah. Okay.
Really, they're pushing hard as heck.
Yeah. I see all the bike lanes and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
You even got people biking on 490 I saw there, too.
Oh, I saw that on that Rock On Mad account. Someone on, the off-ramp to 590 on an e-bike. Dude, what the fuck?
No, it was a girl.
Oh, it was a woman.
Coming around from Victor heading towards, Webster. And she's coming around that turn. She didn't even e-bike. The girl was pedaling fast with the cars, too.
No, that was an e-bike.
No, it didn't look like it. She was cruising.
Do you know how pedal assist works?
Yeah, but there was nothing on the frame though.
You can't tell with some of them.
No.
Maybe she was riding.
We got to pull it up. Can you have one of your guys?
Hey Jamie, pull up that Rock On Mad. Demonetize us.
Oh my God. So yeah. Anyways,
dude, some of those e-bikes, the dual motor ones, will go like 40 miles an hour. I've
had a dad moment recently, and I kind of I feel old when I say it, but I put a stop to it with my kids. I was like, you're never getting one of those bikes. I said it flat out to my son because I've seen online crazy things of these kids who wear just normal bike helmets and they go out and they ride those e-bikes and they're going motorcycle speeds and crash and get all messed up. Dude, those things are scary, man.
People
they go a little faster,
realize,
I think, than
even 20 miles an hour is really fast.
Yeah.
And most e-bikes, even the cheap e-bikes, are going to go 15 to 20 miles an hour.
Yeah.
20 is fast.
Yeah, but in for a younger kid, let's say 11, 12 years old, that's, I think, a little too much power.
And also the way the electric motors work, your kid weighs, what's your kid weigh? 80 pounds,
so
what do you weigh?
Faster.
210? Yeah. Thing's going faster with him than you.
Right. Yeah, those things scare me. I don't know. I don't want my kid to get on one of those things, but good old-fashioned pedal it and power it yourself is what my kids will be getting.
I do like bikes.
Unless you're going to wear one of them full-face helmets. I mean, I've seen some pretty crazy riders in the city with those e-bikes. They do some pretty cool stuff, but they got full-face helmets, most of them.
Dude, some of those dual motor things go 40, 50. It's
nuts.
Crazy.
Terrifying, man.
The one I have out there, the e-scooter, it goes 18. I clocked it. when going 18 down the sidewalk is moving, bro.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy. Yeah, I don't think I don't know. I'd like to try one, but I don't know. It scares me for the younger generation. I see them. Everybody's got them though. Every little kid's got them. That's like the new thing right now.
I work on e-bikes all the time at the shop here.
Yeah.
And what's scary is they're so cheap. Yeah. Like people think, oh, I spent $1,000. This isn't cheap. And I'm like, no, like,
yeah,
$1,000 for a bike with a motor is really fucking cheap.
Yeah.
Like the level of componentry on the bike, it'll have the quality of componentry that would be on like a $190 bike.
Yeah.
But then you stick a motor on it and you're going 20 miles an hour.
God, dude.
It's like,
that is scary.
Like really, you would want decent strength componentry on one of these bikes because of the speeds that are involved.
Yeah,
and
right.
Like you hit a pothole at 8 miles an hour or whatever. You hit a pothole at 20. It's like that. Those cranks, that fork, that frame, that's all got to be stronger.
That's all stress, yeah.
And like, dude, people bring bikes into me, and they're like,
you see cracks in the frame,
dude, bent forks,
really?
Wheels loose.
Oh my
god! They buy them online. They build them themselves.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't tell you how many times I'm working on a bike and I'm like, you've been riding it like this?
That's terrifying.
Oh my god!
Oh. I got a couple bikes I got to bring to you too. I got to remember that. I need some tune-ups. I know nothing when I'm doing. I look at those gears. I'm like, what the? They're just like you start riding and this thing starts clicking and I'm like, what the hell is that noise? I don't know, dude.
I can explain it to you.
No, I don't even want to know. I just want you to do it. I'll pay you. Yeah. That's your profession.
We'll just
I'll
trade.
pay you for your profession. But yeah,
Nick recently snaked my pipes at home.
Yeah, I snaked it. Did a good job.
Did the plumbing. What's your favorite part of plumbing? Right, there's got to be some types of jobs that you actually are like, this is fun. I love doing this, and there's some that really aren't fun. Like,
I think that snaking drains is incredibly easy, but it can be stressful when you can't get a plugged up drain to drain. And sometimes, yes, you can buy what they call it. There's two kinds of snakes. There's a sectional snake, which is what I used at your house, which is a machine separate from the cables, and each cable gets fed into the machine, and they're usually like anywhere between 10 and 15 feet in length. And then you send that cable down the line, attach another cable, and keep doing, keep connecting them. And usually you can get those things out like 200 plus feet. Or you could do a drum machine, which is basically the cable is 100 foot long and it's all contained in one machine. And you just stick the cable in and you hit the pedal and just pretty much sit there and hold your hand on it. That machine does all the work for you. But I'm not a particular fan of those drum machines because you don't know what you're hitting. You can't ever really feel it. You can feel it with the sectional, and sometimes it's frustrating, when you can't get through a blockage. But when you do, finally, it's like this crazy sense of accomplishment, especially when it's been something that you've been fighting for like 2 hours or an hour and a half. It's a satisfying feeling, and I think that's why I've seen like a lot of videos online of people who do some really nasty looking drains, like backed up drains, just poop going everywhere, and they stick the snake in, and all of a sudden you see the drain level just drop real fast. It's like satisfying to watch when you're just sitting in your bed on your phone and you're nice and clean, but meanwhile this guy's breathing in poop particles and dealing with poop all over the place. But it's I don't know, man, when you pop that drain, it's like a satisfying feeling, and it's like a, I don't know, it's like a quick thrill. I don't know, for me at least. I like snaking drains. It's fun. But sometimes you also got to know your piping systems. You got to understand how things are ran, or else you can get yourself into a position where it becomes even more frustrating when you get your snake stuck. So
that could be a problem, and the snake stuck down the drain.
It can be. Yeah, I have done it. I bet. Dude, this one time, actually when I first started my business, it was like one of the first snaking calls I had. I had an older sectional, so the 15-foot lengths of cable. I was going in. I probably had 3 sections out. I popped the clog. I'm testing, running tons of water. I'm so happy, it was quick. I think I did it in 30 minutes, which is really quick and really good money for for snaking, and so I started pulling out, and all of a sudden I only pulled out one length, and everything else was detached, and I'm like, what happened? I lost the cable in the drain, and I don't know where I lost it. So, yeah, apparently I went around some weird turn because somebody piped something incorrectly, and it snagged it. And because I had old cables, there's a weird locking mechanism on it, but the thing wasn't locked all the way, so it popped off. So I had to go in there, try to hook it with what they call a retrieval bit. It's a special end. It's looks like a tornado, like a big cyclone, but it has a hook on the end, and it hooked the old cable. Then you try pulling it. I couldn't get that out. I ended up getting that stuck. So I had no choice but to basically dig it. And I had to dig down 7 foot. It was a house off of Lyle Ave. It was not in a good area. It was probably around 8:30, 9 o'clock at night, and I dug down 6 or 7 feet to get down to this and break the line and pull my snake out. That was not a fun job.
Ugh, God, that sounds
stuff like that happens. It sucks.
So terrible.
It does, man. Digging sucks. I didn't have a machine either. That's another thing.
Digging with a shovel is brutal.
Hand dig. I called my brother. He helped me out, luckily, but yeah, that was not a fun one.
So why was it stuck? What happened? Just because it was around a bend a weird way?
Yeah, because when Handy Andy likes to get in there and start piping things incorrectly, he did a 90-degree turn underground on its side, which is a no-no for drainage.
What should it be?
It should be a double 45, so 45, a piece of pipe, and another 45, so it's a nice gradual turn.
Oh, okay.
But he did a 90 and a 90, so it was an offset, and when you're pulling back, you're like stretching the cable at the 190, and like you're putting a lot of tension. I don't know how to explain it. If you saw it like in a clear pipe, you'd see what I'm talking about.
I get it.
It doesn't. It's putting a lot of strain on it, and having old equipment, didn't work out too well. But that can be frustrating. But like I said, when I pulled that freaking cable out, that was a nice feeling.
Yeah,
I got that done.
Well, as a professional plumber, give me your top 5 power rankings for clog causes.
What do you mean?
I don't know. Give me your what are the top 5 causes for toilet clog?
Causing
for like
causes.
Snake clog.
So number 1 is absolutely wipes, like dude wipes. People actually use those dude wipes. I don't know if you've ever seen that. They're not flushable. You're supposed to put them in the garbage, but please flush them down the drain. But just call me when you back up your lines. Tidy Pipes Plumbing. Shout out Tidy Pipes Plumbing. Second would be tampons, which, by the way, I'm sure that a lot of people would assume that men's bathrooms are the grossest bathrooms, especially public bathrooms, but they're not. It's all women's bathrooms. Women's bathrooms are the grossest bathrooms I've ever been in, and I can tell you that for sure because I did commercial plumbing the commercial service plumbing for 8 years, and they are the filthiest, and all the backups come from the women. So it's all them putting tampons and their wipes and all kinds of stuff down the drain. I was at the public market snaking once, and I pulled out a big wig, huge wig, pulled it right out of the toilet. That was disgusting.
Tumbleweave?
Yeah,
tumbleweave at the public market.
Dude, somehow it made it down. It was huge, man. It was like Diana Ross hair, like big, huge hair, and it was somehow made it through the trap of the toilet, and then went into the actual plumbing, which was right behind the wall. So I had to take the toilet off. I put the camera in first, and I'm like, what the heck is that? It's like furry or something. Thought it was like a dead animal, and I hooked it with my snake, and I pulled it out. I literally jumped back when I pulled it out. It was just...
Did you put it on?
No, dude. I was like, what the heck? That was in the women's room, though. Again, wow. I don't pull out weird things from the men's room, ever. It's always the women's room. All right, what else? In the city, for sure, rats. Tons of rats in the
rats?
Sewer. Oh, tons.
Rats?
Sewer rats are real. Splinters. Like the real Splinter from Ninja Turtles, man. They're real.
So sewer rats will try to get into your house through the drain and then get caught.
Well, you know what happens is they will go, like they'll come from the mains or out in the street. They'll come up your lateral, which is the line leaving your house going out to the street. And then they'll make their way into your house, and sometimes they'll go into like a sink drain where it's like 1.5-inch pipe and they can't turn around. So they get to a certain point and they can't back up and they can't turn. So they just die in the pipe, basically. I've snaked out probably 2 of them now, but I've seen other like plumbers that have snaked out multiple of them
Wow.
And that's only in the city. It's only in the city of Rochester. We have a big rat problem here, by the way.
Yes, I have heard about the rat problem. I've seen it on the news. If you're a follower of the BFS channel, you know this year I dealt with a rat problem for a while.
Yeah.
I finally got it taken care of, and this coming winter I'm dreading getting rats again.
Dude, they're big
bad.
Here. They look like cats. They're freaking huge. Some of the ones I've seen, at least, around the dumpsters.
Oh, dude, the first pair of rats I caught here, they were so big that when I finally caught them, it made me realize I couldn't catch them to begin with because the first traps I had were not big enough.
Yeah.
These things. I mean,
it's a cat.
Like
a cage.
Yeah, huge, dude.
A raccoon cage or something.
Yeah, it was great. Like way bigger than a common squirrel.
Yep.
Probably, I would say my first couple of rats were probably 25% bigger than your average squirrel.
Yeah. Yeah, I believe it. Yeah, they're eating good here in Rochester. I guess we throw out some really good food for them to eat.
Someone was saying that actually was on the news. I don't know if Gino did that article or not, but it was like,
was it really?
Yeah, there was an article in one of the local news stations that basically like the city normally is like putting like poison in the sewers for the rats.
Ugh.
And they like stopped doing it or whatever, or stopped trapping. There was something the city was doing to control rat population that they stopped doing, and that's why it's been such a problem this year.
Oh my gosh. Well, yeah, they need to get back on that. I think that Texas Roadhouse Grill out there, allegedly, in Henrietta, had an insane rat problem, which I seen online, which was pretty disgusting. So, I don't know. If you guys go there, be careful. But yeah, I've seen some nasty things, in the big mains too. When you camera the big mains, oh dude, there's some nasty animals down there for sure.
How big is a main sewer line in the city?
It depends where you're at. The nastiest one too. Oh my gosh, like dude, being in snaking drains over the years, you become accustomed to the smell.
Yeah, sure.
I have no problem smelling it. Where most people walking by would freak out and gag, even if they're, 20 feet away from me, they can smell it and they'll gag. But the one that was like really getting to me was near the inner loop near the bus station.
Okay.
There's a building over there owned by the city that I used to snake, and that drain is notorious for reeking. Once you pop that drain, for some reason, the main that is out at the road just blows this crazy sewer gas draft back up through the lateral and into the building. And if you have a clean out open and you get blasted, dude, that must be some of the oldest drains in the city for sure. But they smell like just rotten carcass. It doesn't even smell like poop. It smells like rotten carcass down there. Bad. I couldn't handle that. I always used to dread getting the phone call for that one particular building. And it would always back up all the time too. That was, of course, is the worst one. But, yeah, going back on other things that back up drains.
So we got dude wipes, tampons, rats.
Roots.
We need two more.
Roots probably should have been a little bit higher up.
That's my house, is the roots.
Yeah, roots are growing everywhere for sure. And then, man, another thing would just be like a collapsed line. But yeah, I don't know. Those, I guess, would be my top 5.
So you snaked my drain, and you've done it in the past too because the roots grow in. Yeah. And I have this old drain where it's just like overlapping clay pipes.
Clay
and
tile,
it's probably, I don't know, who knows. The house is from 1910, I think.
Oh, it's that old?
Yeah.
Oh. I didn't think it was that old. Okay.
Someone told me that maybe it was you.
What?
That the basement was probably added later, which sounds crazy.
Yeah, because that's why I was saying that, because the walls look newer. You don't have like that cobblestone wall.
Yeah.
I mean, I know houses that were built in 1920 that still had cobblestone walls right down the street from you.
Well, I mean, the tax records say my house is 1910, so
I think it's wrong.
I mean, everything in the neighborhood's like my neighbor's house is 1890.
It's just that'd be such a big project to just add block wall.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
That's weird. Yeah, it's good. It's better to have that though. But I mean, clay tile is not uncommon. You could have a block wall, a basement, and still have clay tile pipe.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you told me that as long as I have that tree in front of my house. You're going to get those roots, right?
Even if you knock that tree down, you're going to have roots still. The roots keep growing. They don't stop.
After you kill the tree.
Yeah, I've had cases where people say, oh, I don't have any trees in my front yard. They've lived at that house for 4 years, but if you take and you go back on the Google Maps history, you can find a tree in that front yard before they were living there. And you go,
roots still
that's where those
still
roots
grinding.
are coming from. Yeah, it's happened, man.
Well, I went to the city website. They have like this terrible website. It's horrible because it's local government, and you can like report stuff.
Yeah.
So I actually like reported. I filed a claim for the tree in my house.
Yeah, because it's not your property. That's the city's property.
And the tree is big. Like I don't know if you got to look at it. It like barely fits between the sidewalk and the road. Like it's growing over the curb. It's pushing up the sidewalk.
That right there is what you can go on though.
Well, that's why I said
that it's pushing the sidewalk up. It's becoming a tripping hazard, which the city does not like to deal with. Yeah. They don't want to have any kind of problem. Where
they've already fixed the sidewalk a couple of years ago,
and they had nothing to say about that, huh?
So I filed the claim and was like, the tree's too big for the space. It's growing over the curb. It's growing into the sidewalk. Yeah. And I got an email response like a week later saying, "Oh, your case has been closed." And I like went on the website and it shows it as closed and there's no information. Nothing. No notes. Nothing.
What is up with that?
Dude, because government is so bad at everything, dude.
Like, bad here. Definitely bad.
Like, it didn't say, like, someone came and looked at it. This is low priority. Like, just nothing.
Yo, you know what's really weird? You driven down Park Ave recently?
Yeah, the college trees.
See all the freaking trees that are gone?
Yeah.
That is weird, man.
I mean, at a certain point, they have to.
I know they do. It's just, I grew up, I bounced between Webster and the city, but, like, my mother had rented a house.
Shout out P. Kyle in the chat.
Oh, yeah, he's cool, dude. My mother lived down on Berkeley Street when I was younger, and I went to a city school. I lived down there. So I, like, grew up down there, like, right next to Park Ave. Like, I was, like, 2 houses away from Park Ave on Berkeley. And then, I moved to Webster, then bounced back after high school, lived down on the same street on Berkeley. But that area has just always been so nice to go down to, so peaceful with the trees and stuff and growing. And it was just so weird to drive down there, and there's just no trees. It was like, it just looked like a whole different area. I don't know.
Yeah. I never go down there.
Did they plant new ones, though? Because I don't. Yeah. Oh, they did. Okay, I didn't see that. I think I was just more in shock that it was so bright down there. But I was bummed about that.
Did you ever hear the conspiracy theory about allergies and pollen and trees?
No.
It's a pretty good one.
Let's hear it.
So, in the early days of urban planning, trees are all male or female.
Okay.
Male trees produce pollen, for the most part. There are some dimorphic ones. And female trees create fruiting bodies of some sort, whether they're like seed pods or like something, right?
Yeah.
The city planners were like, oh, we're only going to plant male trees because otherwise the trees are going to be dropping, those little spiky balls or the seed pods or whatever it may be, right? And we don't want to have to clean it up. So all the nurseries started growing all the male trees, and all the urban planners and all the trees in all the cities and on all the streets are all just male trees.
Really?
So then you have all nothing but male trees, and they're producing pollen.
Right.
And then when there's no female trees to reproduce based on the pollen, the male trees keep upping their output of pollen. Mm-hmm. So like the conspiracy theory is that like all the allergies are because there's so much pollen because the ratio of male to female trees is super disproportionate.
Huh.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Do people in I guess New York City has Central Park. I was going to say, do people in New York City have crazy allergies then? Because, I don't
know. Well, that's so old. That was Frank Olmsted designed that park, so it might be a totally different thing.
Yeah.
But,
I don't know. It's an interesting theory. I've never heard that before.
Yeah.
That's not one I haven't been really deep diving into.
So how do you feel about the Epstein list? I found it in the foam pit.
Why did you make a video of that?
You didn't see that one?
Oh, was that on there?
Yeah, all the weird stuff I found in the foam pit, like the mail-in ballots.
Some of these fruit flies, dude.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe
you don't even have fruit in here.
It could be the beer cans.
Oh, man.
I mean, seltzer cans.
We're getting them. I get it.
Yeah.
No, I don't know anything about that. That kind of a weird thing that's happened in this world, but no comment on that.
So what's the craziest thing you've encountered plumbing?
Well, one of them was that wig, and then the snake and the rat. The first rat I snaked out was at Monroe Ave Fire Department. The one across from Delta Sonic. Or, I'm sorry, across from
Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah. I snaked out a set of keys. I've snaked out
keys. That's funny.
Oh shoot, what was the other one?
Do you have like a dildo or something?
No, but I've been in bathrooms. I go to people's houses all the time, and they don't clean their bathrooms. Just go in and there's like a dildo like in the shower or something. Like they don't even care to remove. It's always awkward.
You don't like help yourself to it for a few minutes, Take a $5, take a Union 5.
No, not me. What else was there? Somebody. Oh yeah, Subaru Forester keys. Actually, I just did. One was keys for a building a few years ago, but just recently I was in a hoarder's house, which was crazy, dude. It was. I put a video up on that on my channel. It was bad. This lady's house backed up 3 or 4 times, and she didn't even know. Sometimes backups will just self-relieve, and like if you just let them sit for a while, like the toilet paper and the sludge, it just ends up just going away, and it'll drain. But when it backs up, her whole basement would flood, and there was like crap coming out of the basement toilet. It was like the lid was like up like that with tons of poop that was hard and just sitting there.
No,
it was brutal. Well, the guy was like not a caretaker, but like a helper of the woman that lived there, and he goes, all right, I want you to come in and look at this. This is backed up, but come in and look at it and tell me if you'll do this job. And I'm like, looking at him like, why wouldn't I do this job? I'm a plumber. You called me. Like, yeah. And I go down there. I'm like, holy crap, dude. Like there was stuff piled up everywhere and poop everywhere. Like probably up, at one point it was probably up to my knee. That's how much poop is in there. And then she just left it, and it's just it's a biohazard area, dude, for sure.
Wow.
But I got in there, popped the clog, and there was a set of keys that were still in the drain. And I was like, did this lady happen to lose her keys? And he went up and asked her, and she's like, yeah, I lost my keys a few weeks ago or whatever. So I got in there, I hooked them, pulled them out.
Oh, my God.
But that caused the backup, believe it or not.
Wow.
I guess it's just like people have them. So that
really was the key to success. Huh?
Yeah, exactly. I guess people just have them on their, like, I don't know, holding them, and they're on their pocket. They get off the toilet, and it just falls in. And they flush the toilet, and they don't even see it. I don't know.
You see my plumbing video this week?
No. Which one? Oh, the toilet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I love that you were like, I don't pay the the water bill here. Yeah, that was great.
I'm calling out Buckingham in another video soon, too.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to do a video about how commercial rent goes up 2% every year. Most people don't know that.
Does it really?
Yeah, it's standard practice that commercial rent goes up 2 or 3% every year.
Is it because of like inflation or something?
It's just how it is. I've known that since I was a kid. Not a kid, but like when I was 22 or so, 23, when I started working in bike shops. I remember the guy told me, he's like, "This is how it goes. That's just how it works." So like in the video, I'm basically be like, "All right, so I have 20,000." Like I think I said like, let's just use rough numbers. These aren't my exact numbers, but use rough numbers. If you have 20,000 square feet and you're paying $5 a square foot, that's $100,000. You divide that by 12 months, that's your rent, right? So then every year it goes up 2%. So after if you have a 5-year lease, at the end of your 5-year lease, that $100,000 rent is actually $110,400 or whatever. Okay. So like say like, for sake of argument, nothing changes in your business over those 5 years. It's exactly the same. Yeah. You now have to somehow make an extra $10,000 for rent because of that 2% increase compounding over 5 years. And most people have no clue, and that's the case. And like I do pay somewhere around $5 a square foot, but it's like breaks down differently. But that's really cheap. Yeah. If I was up at the road, you're probably paying like $25, $30 a square foot, right? Really? So like any business that's on a main road has like windows facing the road and any decent space, they're paying an exorbitant amount of money for their space, like way more than you'd realize. Yeah. Like $5,000-$10,000 for prime real estate is not out of the question. And then you're saying over 5 years, that's an additional $10,000 in rent.
Commercial real estate, that's where the money is.
Man. And you want to keep playing that game. When I started my business 9 years ago, what minimum wage was then versus now, like I can calculate the number. Like just say nothing else changed. Yeah. The cost of labor went from X to Y. Yeah. Like where's that money come from? Right. Like if over 10 years my lease is $20,000 more expensive and the cost of labor is now $20,000 more expensive, my business I need $40,000 more dollars than when I started.
Just to keep up with it.
Which is huge, which would be almost 20%.
Do you think
increase.
Your prices are accurate then for what you charge for riding here then? I mean, because how much have you actually jumped up? Have you?
I said that in the video. I was like, if you wonder why when you were a kid, skate parks were $10 and then they're $15 and now they're $20, it's because like my rent's $10,000 more than it was 5 years ago.
What do they charge out in Buffalo at that new
I don't know.
I'm just curious, like what.
I question all their numbers. I don't know what the deal is there. It doesn't make sense to me.
Oh, really? I've never been out there. I'm always curious about like indoor parks, what they're charging and stuff. I mean, I still think I still think that an accurate number should be around the $20 range for a 3-hour session at least.
Yeah. No, it's funny. I think $20 for a session sounds too expensive for me. I would love it to be less. But if you were to say $5 an hour, that sounds actually really cheap.
$20 ain't nothing though. $20 is.
I know.
It's really not nothing. It's nothing to. I mean, because what's the average person? Not somebody who's obsessed with coming here, like a younger kid, but like let's say like a guy like me, or maybe somebody a little younger than me that would come maybe once or twice a week. You think do they really come twice a week, or is it somebody like once a month, or what? I mean, if you came once a month, $20 ain't nothing.
One of the challenging things about running an indoor skate park is you're dealing with essentially two totally different demographics that have totally different income and totally different relationships to money.
Yeah.
To like your 17 to 24-year-old core skateboarder, $20 is a lot of money for them.
I guess. Yeah.
But
but how much is a skateboard right now, dude?
Yeah.
Everything has gone up.
Yeah. But
I think skateboards used to be $40 when I was buying them, and now they're like 75 or something, aren't they?
You can still get 50, 60 for price point boards.
For what, like a mini logo or something?
Yeah. To finish my point, the other side of your demographic at the skate park are, well-off, upper-middle-class moms that are dropping their kids off, right? To them, they're comparing the indoor skate park to a trampoline park, to laser tag, to go-karts, right? So to those people, like $20 actually isn't anything. And to your other demographic, $20 is really expensive. So how do you navigate that,
Yeah.
And the way I've always done that is like, okay, skate night. It's $10.
Yeah.
Despite my prices going from $15 to $20, skate night's still $10.
Yeah.
Right? There's a student discount for one of my sessions. There's parents riding with your kid. Like, so if you go on the website, there are various times. Like, if you could make it like, okay, money's hard for me. I could pay half price to ride if I could just get there at this one particular time.
Yeah.
And honestly, at the end of the day, people that come to me and they just tell me like things are tough and hard for them, I'm a nice guy and I will make it work because I do believe everyone is better off being here than not here. Like if you're
not many businesses do that, man.
None. I got a guy, he helped me rebuild the mini ramp, and he moved back to town, and he's with the Reanimate guys, and he's like, I don't have work right now, and I'm in a hard place, and I'm willing to volunteer, and blah 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 blah. And I was like, fine, you can ride for free, whatever.
Yeah.
If I really need a hand, I'll ask you for help, but like, just you're good. When you get a job, let me know.
Yeah.
And once in a while you get burned on that.
Yeah.
It's really tough. It's like an unofficial policy I have. I've done this multiple times with people in recovery. As long as if you're clean and getting your shit back together, come here every night if you want. Like, you're way better off coming here than going to hang out with your old buddies. If you hang out with your old buddies, like, you're gonna go to the bar, you're gonna do the same shit.
Yeah.
I've done this multiple times with people we know who can't get their stuff together, and it keeps falling apart, and it's fucking sad. But when they, how many times do they come calling and before you're like, bro, not this time.
Right.
But you just do what you can.
Yeah.
I think this coming winter, I'm actually gonna implement a pay what you can session.
Okay.
As an experiment. It'll probably be something like Tuesday at 4, like the first, like an early one, just to like give people the option.
It's a good idea.
I also do. I have an unofficial policy. If you have a family with multiple kids, I'll almost always charge you for one less person than you bring.
Yeah.
Because I know I had 2 brothers. I was a family of 5. It's really, really tough to do stuff, especially when it's $20, right?
Yeah.
I don't do this the first time people come, but if they come 2, 3, 4 times, I'm like, all of a sudden, okay, here's this family. They got 3 kids. They're coming every Wednesday now. It's like, all right, cool. Like, you could have the rental. I'll charge you for 2 kids instead of 3 kids. Or especially if it's like if dad or mom is riding and they have 2 or 3 kids. I love that shit.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I will be like, yeah, you're good. You're good. Always. You're always good. Brent, he's a tall, big guy. He skateboards. He usually tags Old Skull and this stuff.
I don't know. I gotta see him.
He come here.
Maybe I do. You know what it is? I know everybody on Instagram by their picture. I'm like so bad. I'm not good with the names.
Yeah, it's tough, man. Like, it's like heartbreaking that like I'm over here contemplating like my exit from the skate park and everything because I've given so much and I care so much and I man.
Well, maybe you just gotta move on to Skate Park Karen. That's where the money is.
Yeah, I'm Skate Park Karen. Yeah.
Skate Park Karen, content creator, bro. That's the next step.
Anyone listening, you want a skate park,
Yeah. For sale?
The fuck? You hear that noise?
I hear that. I hear somebody. Someone here?
Is it a rat? That's weird. My whole plan of like exiting the skate park after my 10 years is basically giving myself a year to use that closing as promotion to drive up traffic for my last year and to hopefully find the right person, right? Because basically as it works right now, as I'm planning it right now, once I get to the end of this coming winter, I'm going to announce that I'm closing in 1 year.
Okay. Well, didn't you just announce it right now?
Well, yeah. But I'll make a formal video about it and being like, hey, like the goal was 10 years.
Yeah.
And so it'll end up being 10 years and 4 months or whatever.
You're positive on this?
I'm pretty certain at this point. Like, I don't want the skate park to close.
Yeah.
I just have carried the torch long enough.
Okay.
And this would give me a year, and I'm saying it now, so it's actually going to give me nearly 2 years to potentially find the right person.
Would you say how long has it been now? Would you say how long have you been open?
In the next couple of weeks, I will hit 9 years from when I signed my lease.
9 years.
December.
So then it'll be on the 10th.
December will be 9 years I've been open. So then December of 2026 would be 9 years. Would be 10 years being open.
What? I mean, personally, I think that you've stayed open longer than any other skate park has been around. I mean,
almost longer than all of them combined.
Yeah, literally. So it's pretty insane that you had that long of a run, dude. I mean, really, it's that's wild.
And at a certain point, like I'm doing so. Bless my wife. She never says anything. She's the fucking best. But I'm sure she has those thoughts, like the amount of time I put in and how much work and how I'm working all this side work and these secondary things just to keep the skate park alive. And, I don't get to spend as much time with her because either I'm watching the kid or she's watching the kid. And then I'm working and I'm in Buffalo yesterday, Syracuse the day before. At a certain point, I have to prioritize myself, right? And
100%, man.
So, hopefully I'll find the right person or family.
Yeah.
And I'll bring them on board and be like work side by side with them, teach them all the ins and outs. They just get their own LLC, get their own name change to sign and get a lease and be on the way, That's hopefully the plan.
Yeah.
And I keep telling people, like, if I had a scenario where one person came to me and they're like, willing to pay me a decent amount of money for it, but I thought they were like, didn't have a clue. Yeah. Right. Versus finding the right person that didn't have the money, but I thought their heart and work ethic and everything was in the right place. Like just to throw a number, say on one side it was $100,000 and one side it was $10,000. Right. I'd have to really, really, really think about that, and I'd probably just basically give it away if I thought it was the right person that would keep the dream alive, because it'd be heartbreaking. I don't care. Like, I'm not going to sit there with the money wiping my tears in a year if I sold it to someone and they were open for a year and a half and then closed. That's not what I want. Right. I want what Blaze's dad Ed wants. He's ecstatic that the dream of RASP is still here at BFS.
Adding RASP years into it, like
2010.
Is that how long it's been?
Yeah, they opened in 2010.
So 15 years then. Yeah. Wow. That's a long time to have this park.
Yeah, but they were in debt by their second, like 2.5 years. They were solidly in debt enough that they were, so they were almost never. They basically never made money. I actually did pretty good for my first 5 years, and post COVID, it's been horrible.
Well, I still think that it's insane to have an indoor park go that long. I really do. I think it's crazy. That is a hell of an achievement. It sucks, though, because I know that 90% of the people don't realize how hard it is to keep a skate park running.
Yeah, the clue. Fucking clue.
I've seen it. I've been a skate park rat to numerous skate parks, Scuffs being one of them. I was there religiously every night, literally every night. And anybody who hangs around a park knows the struggle of of the skate park owner usually, the most, but the others don't, and then they always talk a lot of shit or trash. I'm sorry, but I mean the fact that you've stuck around so long is insane, and I think that people should respect you more for that. Personally, I think, because I do.
It's not about me. I really don't care what people think about me.
Yeah.
I don't like when people disrespect like the entity of the skate park, or when they criticize the skate park itself. Like, I don't care if they don't understand me as a person, but when they don't understand that it's like, yeah, I'm one person. Like, these ramps are. I mean, I've been open for 9 years, but these ramps are from 2010. Like, the riding surface is old. Yeah. Like, the things I do to pinch a penny to keep it going, it's like, Yeah, and
then they're like, oh, just build some new ramps. Do you seen the price on wood right now?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where's that money coming from?
Well, then you get things like, Pastime builds their own private warehouse a block away from me, right? Yeah. And all their homies are there all the time. Like, that like hit me hard this year, like on skateboard sessions, And I'm in a pretty fucking...
Yeah, but I saw that park. I skated it one time at that event they just did. It was definitely cool. Shout out to them for building that. Is definitely awesome to have for sure. But I mean, regardless, any park that you build, eventually people get bored of it.
Yeah.
And that park, I mean, I know Evan, he's a great builder, a carpenter. I mean, I don't know. Are they going to be switching it up all the time? Because I doubt it. I mean, that's usually what ends up happening is most of those private parks kind of just sit there and the same thing forever and ever, and eventually people just get bored of them. Do you remember that Kink warehouse, or not the warehouse, the Kink one on
in the Hungerford building?
Yeah, dude. I used to skate there. I don't know how we got in there. We used to skate there all the time though, but somehow we got an in. That was such a fun park, but it was always so funny, like when like the bikers would like open the door and it'd be a bunch of skaters, and they're like, what the hell are you guys doing here? Like, I don't know, dude. That park was wild. Definitely not meant for skating, but it was so cool to like have access to something like that in the wintertime for sure.
Well, let me take a step back and say that part of a vibrant riding scene is having everything. Yeah. So you're going to have key holder spots in the private warehouses, and you're going to have DIYs, and you're going to have rec programs and indoor parks and outdoor parks. All of those things. Yeah. The more of those things you have, the better. Yeah. And ideally, you have all of those things, right? The point I was trying to make is, like, there's 3 skate shops in the greater Rochester area, and none of them work with me. Like, Alan's trying. Like, Crudco and I, we're starting to talk and see what we can get going. But, like, whatever. Yeah. This other skate shop, whatever, they could have come to me and been like, could we work together, right? I'm a pretty lenient guy. Like, I don't know if I'm giving people keys to the place, but if, like, they're clearly willing to put time and money and energy into it, they could have been like, how about all of us work out this deal for one rate? We'll get all in here. We'll help you rebuild this. Well, I'm like super down for any conversation like that. Yeah, yeah. But there's just literally no conversation. Yeah. Like there's like.
Well, it's weird too because it's always the local skate shops that are requesting the most support from everybody in the community. Yeah. So they should be doing the same for everybody else. I mean,
also crazy.
Other local businesses should team up.
There's so few indoor parks around. Right? Yeah. And I have one of them. Yeah. And it happens to be like the biggest one in the state. Like of skate parks of this size and scale anymore, there's almost none. Yeah. And I'm in the backyard of 3 different skate shops, multiple bike shops, the bike company Kink. You'd think this is like a match made in heaven for any of those things to collaborate together because like we're all doing very rare businesses that like
you could only do better if you guys got together. Like I mean, really.
I almost certainly have give more benefit to the local skate shops than they give to me because I'm creating so many rides. The amount of skateboard lessons I do alone for those skateboarders to just go buy boards at the skate shops, you know, like I'm doing so much for action sports in general, right? Yeah. And I send customers to the skate shops all the time. Like I don't push skate inventory really hard, and I tell people like, like I have a couple decks, but also if you want a bigger selection, we got Old Skull, we got Crudco, we got Pastime. You can go see what they have. Just tell them I sent you there. Yeah. I want them to know that like I'm promoting them all the time because we're all in this fight together. Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's a good idea. I wish that it was a little bit better on both ends. I mean, but I hear what you're saying.
It's also crazy that like you could have 3 skate shops in one geographic area.
I do think
and they all sustain.
I think about that often. Yeah. I know that obviously Old Skull is, I'd say probably primarily online though.
Yeah, they do a lot of online.
Everything online, and dude, shout out to them. I mean, because they jumped on that. I mean, they really succeeded in that online world. But as far as the other guys, yeah, it's crazy that Crudco was able to stay around.
Well, it makes sense. I mean,
that's amazing.
When Aaron was on the show, he works a full-time job and does
Grubhub.
Right.
He's a mechanic, right?
Just to keep the skate park open, or skate shop open.
He's similar like you, man.
Yeah,
same thing. Seems like a common struggle to own one of these businesses.
Yeah, I can't wait to have Aaron back on again. That was a great episode.
Aaron's awesome. He's
great. we like always like we never really talked. I always felt like we had this weird like tension where we were like really similar guys, but we never ever talked. So we never had that like moment to connect. It just felt like there was tension. And then we hung out and had a conversation in the studio, and it was like, dude, did we just become best friends?
There's not many people in the skate, biking, and inline world that I've met that I can't get along with. I feel like I could just start talking to most of these guys, and everyone's super cool. But I know what you mean. Yeah, I mean, from a distance, you might get that feeling. But Aaron he's always been super cool, man. I've known Aaron since I was a little guy. And I mean, he's another one. He's not he's a skate shop dad. I know you're the skate park dad.
Yeah.
I've called you that before, but yeah, man. Then we also had Hardpack back in the day too. That place was really cool. That was always interesting. Where are you shopping? Hardpack or Crudco? It was like a little rival back then. But yeah,
I really think with the action sports, like we really need to pivot. Everyone needs to pivot. Not everyone, but many of us need to pivot and put your egos aside and forget your stupid core beliefs about what skateboarding should be. Yeah. And it'd be like, we really need to reach the kids. Like, we're all losing this battle against the phones and the screens.
Yeah.
And so many bike companies and skate shops, they're just too cool for themselves. Mm-hmm. It's too lame to go into schools or to do these types of programs or to work with beginners. Like, this whole thing that like, oh my God, skate parks are overrun with kids. It's not just a playground. It's like that is a golden opportunity to grow your sport. Get involved.
Yeah.
Like, reach those kids. Like, if you tell that kid, yo, you're in the way, that kid's going to be terrified of you. Look at you.
Yeah.
Like you're 17-year-old skateboarder, 30-year-old skateboarder, that 5-year-old kid, 8-year-old kid's going to look at you and go,
yeah. Oh. Yeah.
I
know what you mean. Yeah.
I always say, like, if a kid on a skateboard shows up to the park and he's kind of in the way, he doesn't know what he's doing, a skateboarder is going to be like, oh, hey, buddy, you don't push Mongo, loser. Or maybe not that harsh, but like they'll help him. But if that kid's on something else, he's just an annoying kid on the skate park with training wheels or a scooter. Right? We need to look past each discipline and realize we're all in this together. And maybe the sports will grow enough that we can go back to disliking each other. But right now, we all need each other if we want the sports to really to grow back up, because it's not great right now.
I mean, it can't be that bad if there's 3 shops. So, I mean, really.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, clearly there's enough people that are keeping them all in business.
Yeah, it's funny. I get these comments.
Actually, 4, because you're a shop too. Yeah.
I get these comments on my social media of people being like, skateboarding was cooler before it went mainstream, and I'm like, I'm like, it's always been cool. It's always been romanticized in pop culture. It's hard to say it's mainstream when like skate shops are closing, skate parks are closing. Like, we're totally at a low point for action sports right now.
Dude, one of the things I don't like about skateboarding is how it got into the fashion world. Not in the sense of like
Supreme?
I mean, yeah, I don't like that. I feel like that really killed a lot of things, because it skating was like, I mean, it was like such like a underdog sport. Like, it was, most of the kids that started skating never really had a lot of money, for one thing. They're not kids that were playing hockey that, can have, their families can afford to lug them all over the place to do that. So Supreme, and like you saw, I think it Louis Vuitton just came out with a skate line or something like that.
God.
I think that was just a killer for the sport, because it made people think, like, I don't know, the younger generation, I feel like they had to get that stuff to be like cool. Like, for me, it was like I wanted like the Star Print Zero shirt back in the day. Like, that was the sickest thing, and that t-shirt was only like $15 back then. But now it's like you got to have like this crazy fit check or whatever, which, you're looking at like $1,000 an outfit or something with some crazy dunks that are over $200. I don't know. I hate that part about the way skateboarding went. But who knows, man? I think skateboarding should always be for everybody, and everybody should be able to afford it and everything.
I think the algorithms kind of screwed over action sports. I think during COVID, algorithms really shifted, and I feel like pre-COVID, you were more likely to see like an inspiring video of like a 5-year-old kid who's like ripping it on a bike and like, wow, look at that. And post-COVID, it's like crash clips.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Like it's like, the dude who flies off and misses the foam pit. It's the guy who gets obliterated on our handrail and gets nutted. Like you just don't see like inspiring, attainable stuff. You'll see like the most insane, unattainable clips. Like you'll see like this unreal epic stuff, and then you see people dying, and there's no in between. Kids are no longer seeing like something that, look at that,
inspiring. Nothing inspiring. Yeah, I know what I mean. No, it's true. I agree. Yeah, definitely.
And that goes back to my other point. Like if you're a local skater, make what you do like look approachable and attainable, so that kid sees you as someone he wants to be, and doesn't see you as like the grumpy old guy at the skate park that like thrashed his board towards me to prove a point. Yeah. Cool, dude.
I think kids too are, at least my generation, I feel like was a little tougher than they are now.
Or maybe these skate park design companies that come into towns offer a framework. Okay, you're going to have this amenity you didn't have. Mm-hmm. And it's common for people to drop their kids off and the kids have no clue. So we recommend XYZ programs. And maybe the group of people, the board, the organization that's getting the outdoor park, they foster some programs like a fast track to skate park etiquette. Really simple. Oh, every Sunday morning we do this 30-minute class, blah, blah, blah. Like there's really simple solutions to the problems we're having. Really simple solutions.
You really thought about all this. I feel
this
like
is my whole life.
I know. You got some good
ideas.
ideas.
My whole fucking life.
Why don't you pitch this to some of these companies?
Because these are videos I need to monetize. Yeah. That's what, after the skate park, say everything goes perfect, I find someone to take over the skate park, 2027, the name changes, someone rebuilds half of it, it's awesome. I will continue to use these accounts and these usernames. I'll probably maybe I'll add an S, it'll be Breaking Free Skate Parks. Yeah. And it'll be about like just the growth, the sustainability of the sport. Yeah. Because I'm always talking about the sustainability and the accessibility. That's the problem with many skate parks are not accessible. People don't even understand that terminology. Things like that Ellicottville skate park that had the little physical visual barrier so kids don't accidentally crash into the bowl, that had the one cutout so the kid can get into the bowl. He doesn't have to drop in to get into the bowl. Yeah. There are really simple things that can make skate parks so much more user-friendly, things that could minimize user conflict. There's a lot, and none of it's happening. And I think it's mostly because the design companies and builders are all still way too core. Yeah. They just need to find a happy yin and yang.
Speaking on that, what is up with these stupid boulders that they put around the edges of the...
yeah, I don't even know what the hell that is.
They're not pebbles, dude. They're like this big. They're like, the grease one was that. That is one gripe I didn't talk about. I don't like that.
Yeah, ankle breakers.
That is bad. You go off the side, you're getting hurt. I'm surprised because from a liability standpoint, I'm surprised they even put that in.
Dude, less is more. Oh my god, I don't want to go down a whole tangent about the Lockport Park, but
they should have done what Parrington did. I liked what they did with the turf.
The fake people hate the fake grass. I don't know why they hate it. It's awesome.
I thought it's a great spot to sit in the middle of the action.
It looks good. If you put real grass there, it would never grow.
No,
it's good.
That was a great idea to put that there. I thought, I like it. And then what else is cool about that is that like on the rhythm section, if a kid gets a little nervous on the rhythm section, he just veers off and he can still ride. It's not freaking rocks where he's like. I thought that was a great idea. Whoever did plan that,
and
shout out to them.
Could always fill that space in with more ramps.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
Well, Nick, this has been fun. That was great. This is the first show I didn't have any planning, no itinerary, no nothing. Let's just wing it. And that was awesome. I had a great time. I hope our listeners enjoyed this conversation.
Yeah, let's do it again. I want to be the third guy to come on.
You'll be the third? That's number 3? Well, tell the people where they can find you.
You can find me on PlumbingSK8r. That's PlumbingSK, the number 8R, on Instagram and on TikTok. I'm also got on YouTube as well. If you want to learn plumbing, follow me on plumbing. And thanks for watching.
Do you have any advice for the viewers? Anything that skateboarding taught you that you've applied to plumbing that made you stand out against the competition?
Well, number one, I mean, just for me, like the skating was like the film and editing for the content creating for sure. But obviously, like with skating and is the progression, like when you fail and you keep going. With plumbing, it's the same thing. Like you gotta like really mess up a bunch of times before you really learn anything in plumbing, and really that in any skilled trade. But you kind of learn that in skating, biking, inlining, all those kind of independent sports. It kind of sets the path for you for trades, and I'd say that really kind of helped me out with my career, at least.
100%. Yeah. The idea that you're just not going to nail it first try.
No, never.
Yeah.
Yep.
That is working with your hands. Like you're never going to nail it first try, and you never know. One day, you just learn something a little subtle about your whatever varial flips, and all of a sudden it's a tiny bit easier.
I agree. Yeah.
I tried to do a heel flip today in my video. It didn't work.
Dude, I can't do no flip tricks. I can't do none of them. Every once a year I try to do kickflip. Once a year.
That's it?
Yeah, once a year. That's
really?
It. I don't flip anymore because I'm gonna roll an ankle, man, and then I'm out and I can't work. I can't support my family. You put me out for a few weeks. So
it's not that you can't. It's just like a choice. It's safer
because when guys get older, I'm almost 40. This January I'll be 40, and I mean, you get to this age, you get hurt one time now and you're out for a month or two. I'm talking like a small injury, just a quick rolled ankle. Yeah. It's a long recovery for an older guy. For a younger guy, you'll snap back pretty quick. I'd say a couple weeks, but no, not for me. So I gotta do the risk assessment before I do any kind of flip tricks. So I keep it on the ground, man. I always get wider boards now, and I just like I said, I don't like to put my feet down. I want to drop in and just pump and just keep going and slide out if I gotta fall. So.
All right, well, thank you for being here. Thank you for listening, all our listeners, our viewers, et cetera, et cetera. You guys know the deal. Hit me up on Patreon if you want to support this skate park or the channel, et cetera, et cetera. It is the end of August. We're getting close to the fall.
Yeah, not looking forward to it.
Yeah, I have an awesome guest next week above Skate Park. Is it above something? I don't know. They're in North Carolina.
Oh, really?
It turns out he's from this area originally. He's from Auburn.
Okay.
And now he owns an indoor skate park in North Carolina.
Nice.
He's coming on the show. I don't know. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Next week to find out. The week after that, I'm trying to get Alan on. I'm going to be out of town, so I'm going to try to film a show on Monday, and probably have it just like post on Wednesday, and then got some guests lined up. Good stuff.
Nice.
Skate park owner in New Zealand, only skate park in New Zealand.
Oh wow.
That's challenging because if it's
time difference.
If it's 9 p.m. Wednesday here, it's 10 a.m. Thursday there.
Jeez.
Yeah. So
hey, might work out good.
Yeah.
I wonder how the connection will be.
Like the personal one, or
no, the internet connection.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. We'll find out in a few weeks.
Find out.
Thank you for listening, everybody. Nick, thank you again for being here so much.
You're welcome.
And you guys keep grinding later, or keep grinding. I'll see you at the skate park later. That's the whole thing.